How long did your son and yourself stay in the hospital?
2 years, 4 months, 14 days.
2 years, were you going and coming out, or staying there?
We went home twice. And we went home like we were discharged on Friday, but on Friday night he started having convulsion. I was like, let me just monitor him. Then I stayed with him on Friday, on Saturday. On Sunday it became worse. At around 1 a.m. I had to rush back to Kenyatta. I called the doctor, I explained to her. Then she told me, you should be talking as you're on your way. So even if the discharge was there, I could not say that we were having, mother-son moment at home. No, it was just hospital. So family became nurses and doctors and those other parents who are there. And by the way, nurses of oncology in Kenyatta, they are really amazing. They really helped me a lot.
Wow.
They really stood by me. I know they really stood by me because they were there even if when it's visiting hours, no family was coming. Like they were not coming. Then when my son died, they came.
That is our life, Linda. That is our life. That is our life. You've heard us talk here. I want to tell you, I know this is the painful moment where I get to interject for you to again calm down. We have people here who will tell you and I've said this before, I had an aunt. I say I had an aunt because when you don't relate with someone, how is it that they are your aunt? That was my uncle's wife, my mother's own brother, blood, not half brother, full. This auntie, she had sent me a friend request. Not that we were close, we weren't. Her husband passed away some time before, and her husband loved me so much. But of course, some aunties, you try to spoil the love when they love their nieces. And she sent me a friend request after I graduated. No, before I graduated, after I started my PhD. And I was like, I know what this friend request means. People who just want to identify with success, but you don't want to identify with where that person came from. And so she was there on Facebook, but the day that I announced officially that, hey, I have breast cancer, guess what happened? This hit me hard. It's not like I even cared about her, but it hit me hard. She blocked me on Facebook. She's the one who sent me the friend request, but she blocked me. Why, Linda? Relatives and friends will depart. They will pack their bags and they will leave. Why? Because when they hear cancer, they see us as burdens. Financial burdens, social burdens, emotional burdens. Because of what again? Because of stigma. We are not the ones that make them feel that way. They make themselves feel that way because of what cancer is in this world. They have stigmatized it and they need to destigmatize it. Because they think that the moment Diana said I have cancer, it just means that when they call me all the time, they need to be saying, oh, God will heal you. Oh, you'll be okay. Oh. They don't want to call us and talk about politics. Do you know that a relative could call you and talk about that business that you're doing together? Or talk about some gossip in the village? But because they think when they call you, you'll tell them, hey, would you send me even 5,000 or even 2,000? So they choose to avoid you. And I am so sorry that you went through that. I am so sorry. What about your friends? And we are going to move slowly. There's the family and the friends. So they were not there at all. But when our young champion passed away, they came. What of friends?
I have friends that I met in Nairobi. They stood by me through thick and thin. You know, Emmanuel was at the age where he was not using diapers anymore, but when cancer hit him, he went back down. So he used diaper throughout. And I remember I was called from home and I was told, because it's cancer and it's stage 4, why don't you just ask for a referral? You come to Kisumu, it is near home. That thing really hit me so hard. So because it's cancer and it's stage 4, so what is the next thing do you think they are saying? See, they're saying this child is going to die. I told them, if it's about the bill, do not worry. I'll not be the first one to even not be able to raise the hospital bill. That is what I told my own family member. When they told me, who tells someone who is having a child who lost his sight, has brain cancer and acute lymphoblastic leukemia, one person, one child dealing with all this, then you are calling the mom to tell them, ask for a transfer so that you come next to home, so that when your child dies, it'll be next to home. We are just related by blood. But tell you what, if I could get an hospital just to remove my DNA from my family and remain with friends, trust you me, I could have done that time when I had my son in Kenyatta. I'm not proud. Even in the next world, I don't even want to be in that family. But do I have an option? No. Those friends stood by me even when my son died. He died again on Friday. Friday has been my bad days. He lost his sight on Friday. When we were given the report about cancer, it was on a Friday. When I was told that the cancer has progressed, the liver is even affected at 95%, I should look for 5 million to take my son to USA for further treatment. I even told them I only depend on my NHIF card. I could not even afford diapers for my poor son. How was I going to afford 5 million? That is like telling someone to move from a single room to go live in a mansion. How was I going to afford that with the situation at hand? It was a lot. It was just too much for my child, looking at him, seeing him in that helpless bed. Then I was told that I only had 2 months with my son. 2 months. That was when now after the liver was affected. We did not even have those 2 months.
Let me ask you a question. I know in some cases we talk about doctors refusing to tell patients what the prognosis is, like how long they have and all that. Now, when they told you that you had that 2 months with your son, do you think that was a good thing for them to tell you to prepare psychologically, or do you feel that they should not have told you? They should just have left you to move to the end?
Diana, they did not even tell me in person, but there's this doctor that I became even more of a family to me. So anytime I could get any report, I could send to her. Then she could explain to me in details, because tell you what, in Kenyatta, they will never tell you that your child has this. Maybe you have a prognosis of 1% or 2 or 5. They will not tell you. But the fact that God sent someone and opened up with me and told me, and he told me, I want to tell you, but I know it will hit hard, but I want to tell you, Emmanuel, if it's long enough, it will be at least 2 months. At least. I was told that it was 3rd June. He died 14th July. Like, the dates are still clear. Everything just clear as if it's just yesterday. So to me, I think telling someone helps them prepare psychologically, mentally, physically. Even if when the blow happens, it will still hit hard. Because Emmanuel in a week could get transfusion like 3 times in a week. Because he was bleeding, the platelets were down, neutrophils were down, everything was just down. He went into a coma, he could not speak. For those, during that period that I was told that I have him for 2 months, my son could not communicate with me, could not talk. But when I talked to him, I was telling Emmanuel, if you can just listen to me, if you can hear me, even from far, just nod your head. Then it will take some time, then you'll see him trying to nod, but you see the pain in him. Even the morphine could not help him. They tried ketamine. You know ketamine? The one they use for operation. That is what now Emmanuel was being given IV for the paracetamol, morphine, and ketamine. But still, it was not helping. It did not help him. When I look at my son, the last 2 months, as a mom, I was like, is this what they were telling me, that I should bring my son to Kisumu from Nairobi? Is it really happening? I can compare Kenyatta and my family. Kenyatta stood by me, and I'm really proud of them. I don't care about the first times, but they were with me through the journey. They stood by me. The nurses are just amazing. They became family to me, to a point they could go home when they are on shift. They come back. Imagine they bring you food, total stranger. Sometimes they bring, you cannot eat because your child is not eating, but you appreciate. Someone has taken the initiative. Someone appreciates you even if you are not related by blood. But you have family. What is family anyway? Because me nowadays, I don't even understand what family is.
You know, remember, you know what I normally say here, I've said it a lot of times, that scripture in the Bible where someone comes to tell Christ that, hey, your mother and your brothers are here and they want to see you. And Jesus said, who is my mother and my brothers? My mother and my brothers are people who love the Lord. People who share the faith. People who share the Christian journey. Those are his mother and brothers. So those are your family. But if at all there is any that is, you still have their contacts, check on them sometime, visit them. If you like, when I come, we can go give a visit to the kids at Kenyatta. I think I can schedule a day so So we can go to Kenyatta in the morning hours on, let's say, on the 11th. On the 11th of April next month, if you can reach out and book. Because I've gone to Kenyatta once. Someone has to book. So I can find out if I can book. Then we go visit and play with the kids and take to them some toys. And I know the last time we went there, they told us to bring a lot of electric heaters. We took some heaters there because they said it's getting cold. They make it. It was around July when we went there. But you have given us another side of Kenyatta that other people have not given us.
Yeah.
And that makes me think, is it that the children's side has a different experience from the adult side?
Yeah.
You know?
I won't lie. Children oncology 3D, it's 3D and 1E. They take care of both parents and kids. They help you, the psychologist, they stand by you. They are your family.
Yeah. Yeah. And Fatu says, my daughter's birthday. Please, that's your daughter's birthday? What? What? Oh my gosh. Yes, Fatu, I'll be in Kenya next month. And oh my God, that's such a coincidence. Yeah. we have to link up. And if there's anybody who wants to accompany me and Linda to go visit the children in the oncology wards at Kenyatta Hospital in Nairobi, please let me know. Just write to me and we can go together. And I know we'll not be able to go live in there, but we can still a few pictures. The last time we went, pictures are not allowed. But we will go in honor of Linda's son. We will go in honor of Linda's son. What advice would you give to parents who are going through that right now?
Okay. That's a tricky one. But one thing that I can tell all the parents who have found themselves in this situation, because we just find ourselves in this situation. Nobody likes to be here. But once you are here, there's this different kind of energy and strength that God gives you. I know sometimes I don't pray and I've been angry with God. Trust you me, Diana, I was angry with God. But there is this other strength that even if you're not praying, you are just strong. But one advice I can tell any mother who has a child who has cancer, be it leukemia or brain cancer or skin cancer or any type of cancer, cancer is not death sentence. And cancer doesn't kill. It's just unfortunate because my son's diagnosis was at stage 4. And chemotherapy doesn't kill. Radiology does not kill. I've seen kids that have rung that bell because they've made through all the sessions of chemo. Cancer is not death sentence, and what kills a lot of people is the stigmatization that you have cancer. There's no survival. And it's so unfortunate this kind of stigmatization comes from the people who are so much close to us that should be helping us through the journey. And imagine it's not the end of life. You can have cancer and just live a normal life if you eat well. Cancer is just good nutrition. Just watch your food, what you eat. I could not say that it's lifestyle that killed my son. No, it just happened that cancer just happened, because even the doctors, when I asked them, where did this cancer come from? They told me they're still working on it because no one knows where cancer came from. But you cannot crucify them for that. That's why they're trying with chemos. That's why they're trying with radiology. That's why they're trying with operations. Because let me tell you, even doctors, when they lose these kids, they are so attached to them. They are also parents, apart from being doctors. I saw it when my son died, and it was the nurse that were on shift that day were the most favorite to my son. I saw them crying. So I was like, even if they are nurses, they are humans too. They are kind, they are parents too. Don't be hard on them. Imagine if you give them easy time, they'll help you through. They were there for me. So anybody, you have any warning signs, fevers, mtoto nakwambia, Mom, I'm having headache, do not ignore. Let me tell you, it starts with headache, especially brain cancer starts with headache. Do not ignore any sign when your child comes to you. It means they trust you so much, they come and tell you. That's what I can say. Cancer is not death sentence. Early diagnosis saves life. And tell you what, chemotherapy does not kill. Cancer did not kill my son. It's just that it was diagnosed late. That's why we are under palliative care. And you know, when it's palliative, it's the worst that could have happened. But it happened. But above all, we still just give glory to God, because He knows best. That is the only thing I can say. Yeah.